In this lecture, we're going to be talking about design moments a little bit, and I'm going to be creating 3 levels off camera, and I'll show you what I create. So let's get started. We've got ourselves, or I've got myself, one level here, and we've kind of roughly copied this level over into one of our other levels that we'll need to do a whole bunch of changes to, and it's time to make our game a game and not just one level. So I want to have a conversation about game design, and here's a useful game design approach for you, is to think about moments and then expand them into a level. A moment that uses your environment could be, for example, you fly under something. That's a moment. You fly over something, and we've talked about these things, fly through a gap. You time your flight to move through an obstacle. You could land on a moving platform, for example. You could fly through a narrow tunnel. You could have to fly very quickly or very slowly. If we jump back and look at what we've got here, we've got a fly over, fly under. So this is a moment. And just here, we've created this recently. As our oscillating thingies go up and down, there's a moment right there in my game. It's a sort of 5-second moment where I need to watch the up and down and just fly through that gap. So the best way to design levels, I find, is to have, there's a moment, and then here's another moment, which is a pretty simple fly over thing. Another moment is a fly under thing. And then another moment, which is land on a stationary landing pad. So for me, there's maybe 3 or 4 moments joined together in a pretty simple way. Instead of doing that, I could have fly over a thing, fly over another thing, fly over another thing. I could have fly over, and then I could have these pistons that are coming down from the roof up and down. I could have a very tiny, tiny little gap here that I have to fly through. It could be just a short gap. It could be a gap and then another gap and another gap, or it could be a long tunnel I need to fly through. So level design doesn't need to be scary or difficult or crazy. You just take these moments and then you join them together. And if you've got a toolkit where you've got oscillator things that go up and down, oscillator things that go left and right. I've got a moving platform that goes left and right really fast that's difficult to land on. I've got things that maybe drop from the sky that I have to dodge. I've got a very wide area. I've got a very narrow area. Then you can take those things in your toolkit and join them together. You can also use tuning to create moments in your game. So for example, you could update your code so that you have a slower rocket for a particular level and say, oh, it got damaged and now it doesn't turn as quickly. So that makes a very interesting moment as well. A faster rocket, you pick up a boost, or you've got a boost, you have a darker level where you make all the lights very dark and you can't quite see what's going on. You can move the camera in closer. You could pull the camera further away. You could have a bigger rocket. You're carrying something in this level. So instead of just having the normal size rocket, we get there and say, okay, in this particular level, I'm going to update my rocket prefab. So for just this level, you've got maybe a thing that you're carrying or towing or dragging along behind you. We could do reverse controls just to be annoying, and so on. So again, these are ways to create moments. These ones could be either within a level, or it could be from one level to another. You create a different moment. So your game's not the same over and over and over, doing the same thing in the same way. And so again, this is another way to think about level design, to think about how to create that good, interesting experience for your players. So I have a challenge for you. This is one of those, if you're interested, a lot of folks aren't interested in this, but if you are, create 3 or more different levels, each with a unique game moment. I recommend having 5 or 6 or 7 levels at least, then you've got a lot to play through. Add the levels to your build settings so that they're playable. We work through that right at the very start. Remember that we have our build settings and we go from level 1 to 2 to 3 and so on. And then share a video or a GIF with us of one of your best moments. So find 5 seconds and say, or 10 seconds and say, here's my best game moment. So if you're interested in game design, if you're interested in making your game fun and more enjoyable, and interested in practicing for the game jams that I know that you'll be participating in, here's a great challenge for you to take on. What I'm going to do is just take a moment where I turn off the recording for a moment. I'm just going to go and fiddle around with a couple of levels and make a couple of things, maybe not as much depth as I did on the first level, but just so I've got 3 to cycle through and to give you some ideas as well. So here we go. Let's create some levels. Pause the video. I'll see you back here when you're done. Welcome back. I've gone ahead and created 3 levels here. I'll quickly show you what I've done just so you know. You don't have to replicate what I've done. I really want you to create your own sort of levels. This is the first one. We've talked about this already. It's the over, under, and then land on the pad with some moving pistons in here. Then next up, I created one called tunnel. Pretty simply, you're just flying through a small gap, and I've had the gap that it slowly that it gets smaller and smaller. So there's medium-sized gap, and then when you get to this last one, it's quite a small gap. And if you know what you're doing, it's not too difficult, but I can see that causing a lot of frustration for my kids, which will be fantastic, watching them for hours. Why can't I make it through here? I'm like, well, keep trying. Okay, and this is the last one I created. I'll show you this in the scene view in a moment. It's just moving pistons. It's like trying to make it through a whole bunch of them. I've got some that come down from the roof, some that come up from the ground. Different speeds, I think, makes it... my goodness. Makes it more dynamic. So looking at this in scene view, back to, which one? I've called this pistons. It's just a whole bunch of these piston-y things. It's glowing because I've put on just lights on the front there with a blue color on them. It makes it look like it's got a bit of a glow. And you're going over, under. So varying whether they come from the ceiling or from the ground and then landing at the end. So there's the 3 levels that I've got. I changed the background a little bit, changed the foreground a little bit, but didn't do a huge amount. I kept the same sort of general cave type structure. I found that these big objects up here, these pipe looking things, allowed me just to have a nice straight collision, not to have to mess around with the rocks, which is what I was doing before. Similarly with the ground along the bottom here, I found that that gave me a nice just sort of platform, but varying it up. So rather than having them all straight, I've rotated them a little bit down the bottom here, just so it looks a little bit more dynamic and organic and isn't quite so formulaic, I guess, in terms of having things quite so straight. That's my 3 levels. I'd love to see a screenshot or a GIF or a video of what you've created. So please do create a video or a GIF and share it in the discussion so that we can all compare what we've created and enjoy each other's creativity. That's all for this one. I'll see you in the next lecture.